Okay, Chair Hyland, we're ready when you are.
Alrighty, call this meeting to order. Call the May 6th, 2025 Parks and Community Events Commission meeting to order. May we all please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. Commissioner Herrera, will you please lead us?
Yes. Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Christina, may we have roll call, please?
Commissioner Jimenez,
Here.
Commissioner Herrera,
Present.
Commissioner Martinez,
Present.
Vice Chair Baishu,
Present.
Chair Hyland.
Present. Are there any changes to the agenda?
Chair, we ask that we take item number 2, the communication events update, as first on the agenda.
Okay, we will do that. Communications and events update. May we have an introduction, please?
Chair, Commissioners, Ryan Hunt was unable to make it this evening, so I'll go ahead and introduce the item. We have with us this evening Rick Saldivar, and he'd like to propose a new program for you all to get the dialogue going. There's no formal action. I did print you a copy of Indio's brochure that has a similar program. Mr. Saldivar?
Welcome, Rick. Always good to see you.
I just want to say thank you so much for everything you guys do. You guys could be anywhere else, but you're here serving our community, and I really appreciate that. Thank you. Today I want, Rick Saldivar, City, Cathedral City. Today I want to present something that's been dear to my heart over the last few years. Every time I drive to Beaumont or I go to Indio, I see these amazing military banners of young youth who are serving our communities. And it's really dear to me because I have 2 boys in the military. They both serve in the Air Force. One's been in 3 years, the other one's going on 2. And it's really a sacrifice. And Mr. Herrera, I know you're a veteran, and you know it's a unit, community sacrifice, because even though they're away, we feel also the pressure of them not being home. We miss birthdays, we miss Christmases. You know, my son's in London, he's about to have a baby. Are we going to make it? We don't know, you know, but it's a sacrifice for everybody. And over the last few years, we have built this community within Cathedral City of young men that have left to serve the military. There's about 10 active members that I know of who communicate with my sons, and they built the community. They tell each other when they're coming home so that when they come home, I mean, they all graduated together. Some of them are younger, some of them, but they built this community. And I noticed that sometimes, you know, we have Veterans Day, we have Memorial Day, we have something. But what about the active military youth that are, you know, serving in this very moment? And like I said, when I go to Indio, I see their military banner, and I go to Beaumont and I see their military banner. And I thought, what if we bring that? And I didn't know, but I guess Deanna told me that we used to do it. So what if we bring it back? This is a mock. And we did it real quick because when I got told that I was going to bring it, I said, "Can you guys do this for me?" And the colors got kind of skewed over the printer, but this is what it will look like, you know, if we decide to go forward with this. And it's a beautiful, that's not my son, that is one of his friends. I said, I'm not going to use my sons, you know, but that's Zion. He graduated at Rancho Mirage. He lives in District 5. And it's a really neat program. It really shows the appreciation. It's very inexpensive. We could print one of those with hardware and all that good stuff for under $200. I think it's a $145. We have a list of 10 already. And one of the neat things is that those are just the ones we know. But my son was in San Antonio, and he was wearing, in one of his off days, he was wearing his Echo and Cat City hat from the brewing restaurant out here. And a staff sergeant came up to him. He goes, you're from Cathedral City? And he says, yes. He goes, so am I. This is a staff sergeant who's been in the military for about 15 years. He goes, I grew up in the Dream Homes area. And it was really neat to that. So that's an active military personnel that we have no clue, but he's there. And I thought, you know, once this program gets going, and it's very simple. I researched Indio, and it's very, very, like, it doesn't cost a whole lot of, you know, paperwork. It's one simple application. We verify that you are in the military. We verify that, you know, you do live in the city, or, you know, lived here and you're Roots are here, and you send us a picture with all that stuff, and we make a banner for, under $200, put it up. They do it for a year. I mean, you guys could decide what would be a good time frame. How often do they revolve? Is it 10 at a time? Is it 15 at a time? Is it 5 at a time? It's just a really good program, and it adds to our city, and it just shows real appreciation. Like I said, it's very inexpensive with the great impact on our community and appreciation. I've even thought about it, if there's a problem with the council, with you guys on the pricing of it, well, then maybe we could get businesses involved, or even the families. Do they sponsor with the little logo of their business? It's just so many ways to go about it, so that, and end up doing something good for them while they're gone. Any questions?
Were you presenting to, so the funding would come from this commission, or? No, not for today, I mean, just in general.
You can, go ahead, ask your questions if
My
the
question
chair
was,
allows that.
were you presenting for us for a future
I think I'm
funding?
presenting for support. When I talked to Ryan, he says, look, let's present it to the commissioners on PACE Commission, and let's see if they get behind it, so that we will present it to obviously as it evolves, we'll present it to the council and try to get their seal of approval. Like I said, if money is the issue, I know this city would back this program up, with funding. $145 for you to put your logo on a banner, it shouldn't be a big deal.
And where are you envisioning these banners? Are you thinking of them like around the parks with the, like the light poles? Are you thinking downtown where they have the paid banners that you drive through on 111? What are you thinking?
So obviously it'll be downtown Cathedral City, to the start. As it evolves in the amount of, people coming in, I mean, I think in Indio, they have them everywhere, as they're coming in, they're positioning them everywhere. But a focal point will be obviously our downtown, which is, touristy. We do a lot of more activities, and that's a great start, and maybe from then on, we could go into the inner, I don't know, however it evolves. I just, hope that you guys get on board and help me support this, and it'll be a good thing to do.
Yeah, I support this 100%. And if there's anything that I can do personally, even to help out, I'd love to get involved. As somebody who's gone over there and served, like lots of times you kind of wonder, like, did people home forget you're out there? And so this is just a reminder that, we haven't forgotten, and you're still in our thoughts. So yeah, I absolutely love the idea. And I would love to do whatever I could do to get behind it.
Yeah, we could work on the design, because like I said, the design came out a little, the colors were a little schemish, but maybe you guys could participate on the design, and something that shows that, hey, we do remember you. And I love that.
I think
Thank
it's a
you.
great idea. Don't they have a whole banner program for
Yes.
businesses
Yes.
already?
Uh-huh.
Are there spaces available out there?
I've seen, and I do see some empty spaces. I also seen the height of them, that, if you could do two, maybe a business on the bottom, or, vice versa. But I think they would fit. I think this banner, the quote that I got, is 18 inches by 5 feet. Obviously 5 feet, I mean, I'm 5'5", I'm real short, but the higher it goes, the smaller it gets. So, obviously that would be something that we, and what business wouldn't want to be under a banner of a serviceman? You look at it and you look at the business. It might even attract more business.
I'm going to interject here. This is a public comment item, and it's moving more into a discussion, and we can agendize it if it hasn't occurred at our first September meeting, so there'll be more explanation. But I think by that time, Rick will have already been working with Ryan on that and moving it into the city council realm. So this is more information and everything.
Well, I think it's a great idea, Rick.
And I think there's definitely veteran-owned businesses in our city we can partner with and find and really build that relationship too. So I think that's a great idea.
Perfect.
Okay?
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Rick.
Thank you, Rick.
Okay, Chair, so we'll move back to public comments now.
Now we move on to public comments. This is the opportunity for members of the public to comment on any items not appearing on the regular agenda. Pardon me. Because of restrictions contained in California law, the city council or our commission may not discuss or act on any item not on the agenda, but may briefly respond to statements made or ask questions for clarification. The chair may also request a brief response from staff to questions raised during public comment and may request a matter be agendized for a future meeting. Public comment will be limited to 3 minutes. Okay, do we have any public comments?
Chair, we do. Would you please join us at the lectern and state your name for the record?
Welcome.
Hello, good evening. My name is Michael Phipps Russell. I'm the president of Loving All Animals and the executive director. I'm here this evening to let you know that in cooperation with Animal Action League, we will be underwriting 2 spay and neuter clinics to be held at the amphitheater on June 17th and June 18th. These will be completely free to the citizens and it's for the citizens of Cathedral City. The funds for this, I do want to give a shout out to Dinner with Patsy, who also made a significant contribution to this event. Dinner with Patsy made Loving All Animals a beneficiary recently at one of those dinner events, and as part of that, we pledged to take those funds and we would make up the difference for 2 spay and neuter clinics for the city of Cathedral City. Each surgery will schedule 30 animals to be done. It'll include their vaccinations, a microchip. It'll also include a dog collar or cat collar and an engraved pet ID tag. And again, this will all be free to the citizens. The provider for the services will be Animal Action League, and I believe you all have her contact information. They have been involved with spaying and neutering animals since I didn't have gray hair, so they've been around for a very long time. And I knew their founder. They're a great organization and have served our entire valley, just have done an amazing job. And so they will be the provider. We will be able to provide some large dogs, about 6 of them, between the 30 and 60 pounds, and 24 smaller dogs under 30 pounds. So we are very excited to be able to make this possible. Want to give a shout out to our donors who are very dedicated to making sure that every animal is spayed or neutered in the Coachella Valley. And I am under tremendous pressure to book every single possible clinic there is that I can get. So I'm very thrilled to be able to book 2 more. I am available for any questions you have, but we are very excited to be able to provide this to the citizens of Cathedral City.
We have so much gratitude, and we thank you for helping organize this. And our last clinic filled up in under 20 minutes, so the need is there, especially with the opening of a brand new dog park at Esperanza Park this month. We are just eternally grateful, and we cannot wait to do 2 more days.
I'm equally grateful. I just think this is amazing. Thank you, Michael.
Oh, my pleasure. Also, we can give away those free engraved name tags and collars to the public. It doesn't have to be just for the residents that are participating in this event as well. And I can try to work out to see if we can even expand that to free microchipping for your citizens as well.
Wow.
We do have grant funding for that. That's available, and I have to spend that too. I don't want to give it back.
We will take
Spend
your
it
money.
here.
We've been getting an awful lot of money. I need to spend it. So thank you for helping me. So thank you.
Thank you, Michael.
Thank you.
Anybody else?
Anybody have any questions?
That's-
Wonderful.
Thank
We
you,
appreciate you being here.
And Chair, we have no other comments.
Okay. Thank you so much. We'll see you on the 6th, 17th, and 18th. Okay. Moving on to agenda item number 3, approval of minutes. Approval of the April 1st, 2025 PACE minutes. Are there any corrections needed to the minutes? I don't think so. Anybody say anything? Okay. Are there any public comments on the minutes?
Chair, we have none.
Okay. I need a motion and a second to approve the minutes from April 1st.
Motion to approve.
Second.
I'll go ahead and go with Commissioner Herrera as a second. Is that okay? All right. We have a motion by Vice Chair Beishu and a second by Commissioner Herrera. Please vote. And motion carries. All ayes.
Thank you so much. Moving on to agenda item number 4, Esperanza Park construction update. This probably will be our last one, right? May 2025. Let's do this.
Okay, good evening, Chair, Vice Chair, Commissioners. Pleasure to be here today. I'm Andres Perez, the Assistant Engineer and Project Manager for the Esperanza Park project. Happy to give you the update and what is hopefully the final construction update for this park project in May of 2025. All right, so as a reminder, and I'm sure you're all aware of, and for our viewers today online, this park project, the Esperanza Park project, is located in the Dream Homes neighborhood. It is between Mia and Chia Place, just off of San Diego Drive and adjacent to the Whitewater River Channel. Now, since my last update in February of this year, there's been a lot of items completed. We've had completion of the concrete flat work, our 10-foot walkway, the parking lots have been poured, your basketball courts, the concrete for the central plaza, CB connector, as well as fencing around and I'll go over these images shortly, as well as the dog park foot fencing. We've had sod, and the big item here is the switchgear arrival and installation. So we'll work our way down. We'll first start with the park ends. We have Mia and Chia Place parking lot. As you can see, the parking lots have been poured, curb and gutter. Parking stalls have been striped. We also have our ADA access ramps, and our stormwater retention basins are also complete at both ends. And here's images showing what it looks like on both Mia and Chia Place. Moving on from Mia Place, we have the dog park, and this is the first park accoutrement you'll see as you walk south towards the central entrance. The dog park is complete. We have the Sally Port entrance, similar to what we have at Panorama, and again, the shade structure is also similar to what we have at Panorama. The sod is in, and both the large and small dog park will feature benches, also dog bone benches, and your traditional bottle filler and dog bowl water station at both ends. And as you can see with the grass and the DG in this area, it really stands out and looks really nice. Also, on the perimeter fencing, similar to Panorama, we have the Baja Cresta angular rock. And here's a look at those dog bone benches and some of the decorative fencing around the park. This is a large dog park. Now, moving on to our next accoutrement and our next activity, we have the open play area. Here's an open field designated for park users to go out there, play catch, football, can be soccer, but this is an open play area we just placed the sod 2 weeks ago, and it's ready for park users. And adjacent to that open play area, we have our fitness zone. So we have the completion of the fabric shade structures, our exercise equipment for park users to use. And in the same area, we also have our playground equipment, which we have two structures. We have a 5-year-old to 10-year-old, or 5 to 12-year-old playground structure, as well as a 2 to 5-year-old. And in both the playground structures, we have the rubber soft surfacing. We also in this area have our large picnic area, and we have a large shaded picnic area for park users as well. And as you can see in the photo on your bottom right, we have the park benches as well that are not shaded, also for park users to use. So there's lots of space, lots of benches for users here, for people to come and enjoy their lunch or have a snack while they're at the park. And so I highlighted the group picnic zone or group picnic area, but I also want to take time to just highlight these smaller ones we have 5 small picnic stations that are placed throughout the park. They're really cool because they're individualized, and they allow you to again have your lunch or enjoy the weather either at the dog park or at different ends or different stations in the park. So. Next up, we have the completion of the restroom facility. Again, we have 4 restroom stalls with the units inside, and the hand wash stations are on the outside. These are just images reflecting that restroom park facility that we have. Electrical switchgear, I just want to highlight, big item for the park, one of the longer lead items that we had to wait on over a year plus. It's here and it's installed, and we're preparing for the SCE and energization of the park. So, big item here. And here we are, I'm highlighting some of the desert landscape. You can see we have, again, our stormwater retention basin, and this basin connects. There's an underground storm drain pipe that connects throughout the park and leads to the Riverside County Flood Control Whitewater Channel. And again, I'm highlighting some of the desert landscape that we have in DG. Next to our open play area, and we're moving further south, we have the soccer field area, again for park users to use. And here I'm highlighting the futsal field, which is fenced and ready for park users come opening day. And here's the big item, at least for my little brothers. They've been asking me, when is the basketball going to be ready? Basketball court's going to be ready. So pretty sure they'll be out there, and they keep asking me when can they go out there and use it. So I'll be happy to take them.
Andres, is the futsal and basketball courts lit?
Yes, both the futsal and basketball are lit, so they'll be lit at night for nighttime use. And here's a point of view looking from Chia Place, looking towards the Central Plaza in Mia of the Esperanza Park project. And also, I just want to also highlight that we have also been working with CVAG, Coachella Valley Association of Governments. They've also participated in this project, and we have completed their shade structure, which will connect to the CV Link. This is an additional connection that will go with our existing connection at Chia Place. So this is not complete. We still need to add the DG and the final site furnishings for this shade structure.
Is any part of the CV Link lit?
No, this is not lit. There is lighting. There is solar panels underneath the shade structure, but the CV Link pathway is not lit outside of our park.
The CV Link has lit LED lights along the path. So if you're making a distinction, it's not lit from down lighting, but the path lighting is there so you can see where you're going if it was dark.
And here's a look at the monument site, just recently installed here at our Central Plaza entrance. And I just want to highlight, here we have the Esperanza Park, from concept to plans and design to now construction. This is a large park that we have here in the city. If you're out there, you cannot see from end to end. There's a lot of accoutrements, a lot of activities for children and also adults to use. We have over 1,600 feet of concrete walkway, circular path walkway for users to walk. You have the Central Plaza. You have the two connections to the CV Link, and the multi-use soccer fields, the futsal field, the dog park. There's so many things here that we have going on, and it's nice to see it all come to fruition. And we are now ready for our park opening, which is going to be May 22nd, 2025. As I'm sure you all have been informed, it's at 9 a.m. and we'll have our ribbon cut ceremony. And with that, this concludes my construction update for the Esperanza Park project.
Wonderful. I have a question for staff. How does the neighborhood reserve those specific picnic areas for birthday parties or?
They will go through DRD.
Okay.
There'll be signage out there.
Okay.
At all the parks that will instruct them who to call.
Okay, I knew that was changing, so.
Yeah, and there'll be a little bit of a delay between when the park opens and actually when DRD takes over. So in the interim, we'll keep our standard signs out there when they contact the city.
Okay, thank you.
I'm excited. I'm ready for opening day.
Me too.
Any questions from the commission?
No, just congratulations. I know it's been a long road to you, John, and the staff, and it's great to see that. It was so underused, that area, but it ties in great with the CB Link and the golf course. So congratulations, great work.
Do we have any public comments?
Chair, we have none.
All righty, thank you so much, Andres. This was for presentation only. There is no formal action required. Moving on to agenda item B, free movies for kids at the Mary Pickford Theater for summer of 2025, coming up quickly.
Okay, you want me to do it? Yeah.
Go ahead, give us the date.
All right, so we are going to be doing the 8-week series. It's going to be starting on June 13th, going to August 1st. The doors will open at a different time this year. So the movie's going to start at 9:30, so the doors will open at 9 o'clock. Staff and volunteers will be there at 8:30. We will be having another 100 free popcorns and free waters, and those will be donated through, we got a donation from Patsy's Dinner and also from the communications department in their budget. The popcorn and water went up just like everything else. So it's $150 a week to do 100 free popcorns and waters. And so Patsy picked up the tab with Ryan Hunt. So we're very happy for that. And we're going to be having 500 printed materials to give out, 800 tickets to give out, and that'll be part of the, from what we've heard, it's going to be part of the theater budget. So that's it. Does anyone have any questions? Also, the library will still be participating where they read books to the kids before the movie starts.
The tickets, they were kind of a moot point last year because some people would bring them and it was already full. So is it just like an invite? Or I don't see us needing to print actual tickets because they're not guaranteed.
I thought they worked really well, actually. Mario, what did you think? Commissioner Jimenez, what did you think about the tickets? People were returning the tickets, right?
Yeah.
We had like 90 tickets one night.
Right, but that we had people come also that had tickets and we were already full. So what's the point of a ticket if it's not an actual ticket?
Well, we tell
Like it
people,
shouldn't say ticket on there?
Because you could leave people kind of feeling a little
Right.
disappointed that I have a ticket.
we turned no one away last year except for the first week. So also the Boys and Girls Club will be there on Thursdays instead of Fridays with us. So we don't have two theaters this time. So we really didn't turn anybody away last year except for the first week.
I think to Commissioner Highland's point, even if it doesn't say ticket on it, I mean, it could still look like a ticket, but it could just be almost like a smaller advertisement for the event.
Okay, well, I found that the ticket gives them something tangible to return with the next week. So now you have a ticket and you want to show up the next week, and it really wasn't a problem. So we did really well. Mario was the person at the gate taking the tickets, and we took a lot of tickets, right, Mario? Commissioner Jimenez?
Yes.
So it worked really well.
I just think that's, I don't know, out of integrity. If something says ticket and someone comes to something and if there's not a seat for them. So
Also-
if it says, like free admission or something like that on the ticket, that's fine. So everybody knows it's a free event, but actually saying the word ticket is where.
We also provide the library with about 25 tickets for people that read a lot of books. Here's a free movie ticket. As I said, we had nobody turned away after the first week, so it wasn't even an issue.
Is Boys and Girls Club part of this program?
They're going to be everything's part of this program. The entire week is part of what we're doing. But they're going to be on two Thursdays. It just works better for them. It also works better for us to have two large groups of kids there at one time. That was a kind of an issue this last time. So
Yeah, but most of the residents have an issue on that thing because they say why one group has a preference to go in different theater or different date, except the whole people going into the same time.
well, there are lots of groups coming during the week. There's the YMCA. This is a whole week program that I don't know if we know this, but we're just the people volunteering for this thing. But they do give out tickets. They sell tickets for $1, and it says on there Parks and Community Events on the whole week thing. So there's a lot going on that really doesn't involve us because we're just there on Friday. But there's a lot of people. But the kids that are coming on Thursday, those would be the Boys and Girls Club.
We have nothing to do with Thursday. That's not.
We have nothing to do with Thursday. We're just going to be there on Friday for our group. That's it for me.
And are you looking for commissioner support on those Fridays?
Yes. So again, we're going to be there for 8 weeks on Fridays. So I will be bothering everyone. So I'll get a hold of everyone and see when you come. And if you have an opportunity to get out of the desert again, take it. It's going to be really hot here. So if you can make it, we can do it with 3 or 4 people. So it's fine. If you have to leave and if you want to get out to go to the beach, go. We'll figure it out.
Read With Me will be there with books, supplying at least 300 books a week.
That's the other part. That Read With Me elevated the entire thing last year. Was we had free books for the kids. They gave out 2,000 books for the kids last year.
So can our logo be on our logo needs to be on the flyer.
Also, we're going to be giving Patsy's Dinner prominent Their banner would be in the lobby because they're paying for the free popcorn and water.
Any other questions from the commission?
Let me remind you that this item has you can vote for sponsoring the event, even though there's no funding involved. And then this is a great time to vet out the volunteers of when they're going or what. But remember that if you do it after this meeting, you should go through Christina if it's to everyone, because each individual cannot email more than another person. So just be cognizant of the Brown Act dictating your communication.
Sure, I will.
Yes, Vice Chair, just email me. We'll get a schedule together, and I'll keep you updated, because I can update each one of you. It's just you all communicating with each other.
Commissioner Jimenez, I can count on you to work the gate again. He was there all 8 weeks, so.
Okay. Do we have any public comments on this item?
We have none, Chair.
We need a motion and a second to support the annual Mary Pickford Free Movies for Kids event for the 2025 summer program. I will make the motion.
I second.
Okay, I apologize. Who made the motion?
I did.
Chair Hyland made the motion. Commissioner Martinez made the second.
Yes.
Please vote. And motion carries, all ayes.
Moving on, item C, yoga in the park for 2026, next year.
Great. This is going to be for season 5. I can't believe that. So it's going to start January 27th through March 31st. It's at 10 weeks. It's going to be there'll be 1 Tuesday in January, 4 Tuesdays in February, and 5 Tuesdays in March. 2 classes: gentle yoga from 8:30 to 9:30, power yoga from 10 to 11. And the pay for the teachers this year will be $145. That's a $5 increase over last year. The teacher budget altogether will be $2,900 for 2 teachers for 2 classes. Actually, for a total of 20 classes. There'll be a 24-hour cancellation clause. So if we cancel the class within 24 hours, they still get paid. That seemed to work really well this last year and the year before. I put together an extra $100 on this budget for $75 worth of 75 printed materials for flyers to hand out to concierge and gated communities for their clubhouses. But I also left extra money because this last year we did an extra class and we had the money to do it. The city just asked us if we would like to do an extra class, and the teachers said great, and we just did it. So the total budget for season 5, 2026 is $3,300.
I just have a question on that. So the teachers are 2,400?
No, they're 2,900.
2,900, thank you. That makes more sense.
It's the same teachers as last year. It's Nicole Chuney and Patty Wexler.
Any questions from the commission?
Yeah, I know it was brought up at the last year's event that we would include some weekend classes. I think we kind of owe it to our taxpayers, to recognize them and allow them to be able to come to an event. So, I mean, I wouldn't expect this entire thing to be on a weekend, but, for the sake of the people that, pay a lot of taxes. I know Commissioner Hyland, had people, ask her about it. I've had people ask me about it. So I think at this point, I would like to make a sub-motion to go back and reinvestigate having at least 2 weekend classes are added to this event.
Can I just, so DRD is going to be coming here to do a presentation. The first thing we should all ask them is for a weekend class for yoga. I looked through their catalog that got sent to every house, and they do weekend yoga classes. So once DRD gets here, I think that will solve that problem. We'll tell them we need an Easter egg roll. That's something we don't have. We don't have weekend yoga classes. So that will be the fix in my mind. That's what would fix that.
DRD's classes cost, though. So I think we should be doing something free for residents.
All right.
Free. I mean, you also have to consider that during the week, we have staff that's available to open the park and do everything that we do to support the program that you don't see in that budget. If you do a weekend, then you are calling in city staff to take care of it. So there will be a cost associated with that.
Okay.
But it's definitely, I mean, we can always talk about it. Definitely.
Deanna you make a good point there. In addition, DRD, in our pre-meetings, basically, and this is one of the things I was going to talk to the chair and vice chair of, is they do the yoga in the classes, they do charge. Remember, there's a lot of people that are not in Cathedral City that come to this class.
Right.
So technically, if you're calling it taxpayer dollars, which we're funding other cities doing it, so there's a challenge unto itself there by calling it free to residents when we're actually supporting residents in other cities, because a lot of the people that I've talked to that go to it don't live in Cathedral City.
Right. Same with the reciprocity with like at
Rancho
Sunnylands,
Mirage
free yoga.
and Palm Desert, they actually, and I've met someone as far as Indio that comes to this event here too. So remember DRD, they're providing value at a really, the cost of the yoga classes, if you look at it, is pretty inconsequential. I understand the difference between free and that, but you got to balance that. So that's a commission decision on that. What we're trying to do today is prep this so that we could take it to city council at this next council meeting. If you did want to make an amendment to the staff report and you know exactly what you're going to do, you could do an amendment so that it goes through the city council. But if you want to table that extra class and we bring it back in our September meeting because we have time, you can think about that, and we can have some communication with DRD maybe in during the summer month, in September would be good.
And so that would be in addition to, we could add more classes on after.
Yeah, if you see the need and DRD, because DRD was thinking of, in our discussions, we had a preliminary, they're thinking of having a fall yoga class too. So they saw that as a big opportunity. They also want to do some at the parks too, to spread it out.
Well, I would just like to point out, though, that there is a sub-motion on the floor.
There is.
So
I'm not discounting
I
that.
think that should at least be addressed, and I think we owe it to our citizens to give them an opportunity to be able to have a weekend class.
Can I add something? Yes. So 3 years ago, I made it my goal to put a weekend class together. We went to Ocotillo Park and we looked at this, we scoped out the area. Now, I would have to put all of the yoga mats in my car and the sound and everything and do it a weekend class. And the teachers that I have currently don't want to work on the weekend. So it just worked better for what we were doing to do it at the one location. It's very difficult. So I'm assuming you will run the weekend class if you do it?
I am putting the motion on the floor to be able to consider a weekend class. If you would like somebody to help you do this with the committee, then, yeah, I could work with you on this.
It is just, I mean, I've got a Jeep Wrangler to put all you've never been down there, so we have an entire wagon full of blocks, and it's a lot of stuff.
Yeah, but I have a question.
You helped us, yeah.
I don't understand why are we doing this kind of budget if the other company comes over and do yoga class and charge $30 for class for person. If they're gonna do it and they're gonna charge, why are we are putting this money into it?
I think it's a great class for the community. We've been doing this for 4 years now, and it's extremely popular. I don't want to. This is not a lot of money for the goodwill that we put through this community. You helped me this year. You saw how people are so happy with the classes. I think that because it's free, and also there's other free yoga classes, like in Rancho Mirage, I think that is what is great. And the thing is, for $3,300, the amount of goodwill that we provide in this community is astounding.
I think to address your point, the free class was a huge traffic driver for Taste and Sounds. If we didn't have 250 people at that yoga class, I don't know if we would have had as many people in the amphitheater for the Tuesday evening. So I think maybe we need a year to see, like when DRD comes over, and then we revisit this next year and see if we have them run Tuesday yoga in the amphitheater and we don't need to any further. But I think for this year, we've, kind of not promised everybody it would come back, but everybody's looking forward to it returning. So I would approve the motion as is, and then add, I'm happy to work with you and get weekend classes on the schedule and see if we can do that for the fall. And we approve this as the spring season as presented. And then make those in addition to, and make it maybe like a fall family fitness festival where we have other activities too for maybe people that don't want yoga, whether it's free jujitsu for the kids, maybe some free dance classes, and use the amphitheater in that way.
Chair Hyland, so we do have a motion on the floor. So we do need to see that motion through. Commissioner Herrera, I just want to get clarification on the motion. Is it to table the item to reevaluate? Is that what I heard?
No, the motion is to have 2 weekend classes added to this program.
Okay, so we hear the motion on the floor. Do we have a second? And I see none, motion fails.
Thank you.
Okay. So are there any further comments or questions from the commission on this item? Item C?
I would suggest just more city outreach, because I know we have emails and the flyer that goes out, but if there was some other way to get word out, because we're going to have the same problems with the weekend class, because not everybody works Monday through Friday here. There's a lot of service industry people who work, and that's prime season. So I think maybe trying to do more outreach to our community might get more people there.
Okay.
Chair, I'll throw this out to the commission too. We're just trying to get ahead of the game, your liaisons. If there is any discussion or any doubt, we did this early. So if there is, any chance that you might be changing it, we can bring this back in the fall, because if we're not doing the event till January.
I also think there could be a standalone weekend agenda item, couldn't there? Couldn't there be a standalone weekend program that can be set up by another commissioner?
In addition to this?
In addition to this, separate from,
You guys, it's your commission, your proposals.
well, I'm just saying that if Commissioner Jimenez would like to do a class on the weekend, you can write up an agenda item, budget it, and then hire teachers, and then just do it. That's what we're available to
I
do.
think they should be better to wait on this. Anyway, we have more time. And to see what the other company is going to do, so that way we understand one into the other. And if we need to use this $3,300, fine. If we don't have to use it,
But those aren't connected. The DRD is not going to be in charge of the amphitheater. And the amphitheater, the yoga people go to the concerts. It's such a hit. It's money well spent in the community. It really is.
yeah, I understand. But remember, most of the people today come to this yoga class. They're not from Castillo City.
How do you know that?
Commissioner Jimenez,
No,
I'm
they're
so
not.
sorry. Can you please speak into the microphone, sir? Thank you.
Yeah, most of them they're not from Castillo City, and unfortunately,
Commissioner Jimenez,
this money that we put it into the $300, that's for taxpayers from Castillo City.
yeah.
So
The number one group that comes to this yoga class is from the Palm Springs. What is what? No, it's called the RV park that's on Ramon. Those are the number one. That's in Cathedral City. They're probably 25% of the people that come to the class, because the teacher, Patty Wexler, teaches there 4 days a week, and she doesn't teach on Tuesdays because they come to this class. So there's just so many. We even have Rita Lamb, who lives in the Cove. I'm there every day. I know that the majority are from Cathedral City. I don't know that it's what percentage it is, but I do know that it's buying a lot of great goodwill for our city.
I think everybody agrees with that. I think some of the commissioners are saying they want to see how things play out with DRD before approving 3,300 for next year's budget. Since we're so far ahead of the game, there is still time to bring this agenda item back in the fall, maybe add weekend classes, but they want to see.
What I'd like to do is to vote on something that's already a solid program for this commission. We're already doing a great job with this program. This is one of our few hits. Well, we have a lot of hits, actually. We haven't had a dud yet. So this is something that really is great.
So to move this along, I think the discussion has kind of, the alternate discussions kind of died out here. So someone needs to make a motion, either a motion to postpone and reconsider and take this to a date certain or not a date certain, or you vote on the original motion that you would be perceived to be doing here, requesting the motion to approve the funding. So you have various different alternates you want to do here.
First, I need to see if there's any public comments on this issue.
I make a motion to wait on this.
So Chair Hyland, before we move on that motion, we do not have any public comments on this item.
Thank you. So we either need a motion and a second to approve.
A motion to approve.
So we have a motion on the floor
His motion said to wait, though.
to table the item.
Okay.
Now, are we tabling it to a date certain, the September meeting, or to a date uncertain, meaning we don't, yes.
Undetermined.
Okay, do we have a second for that motion?
Second.
Okay, I have a motion. We're going to do a roll call on this. We have a motion by Commissioner Jimenez and a second by Commissioner Herrera. Roll call vote. Commissioner Jimenez? Aye or nay?
I make a motion to,
And your vote is yes?
yes.
Commissioner Herrera? Commissioner Martinez?
Nay.
Yeah. Commissioner Beshu?
No.
But Chair Hyland?
Abstain.
Okay, so in this case, we have a tie, and you're, as chair, you do have to make a vote. It's the reason why we have a 5-person board if we find ourselves in this situation.
It's not that I don't believe in this I just don't think we need to approve it now. Approving it in September with addition of classes
I
is
was
not-
requested to put it in this early. Just,
Well, I mean, no one's saying that you did anything wrong. I just think that there's something we could do to improve it, and I think we should owe it to the board and to the community members to address that. And there's no reason to rush it. We could come back on next meeting, and we could still approve it, and it could still go through.
Does September give us enough time to add?
so let's talk about the weekend classes. I run this thing.
There's a,
Vice-
Okay, fine.
you're in a vote right now, so.
We need to stay on point with that and then get through this. If it passes, then we'll move on.
I agree with you. We've created quite a following. And I think that we need to continue the Tuesday classes. I think we can approve this and add additional classes, but also we haven't had a single meeting with DRD yet. I have no idea. I'm the liaison, so I haven't even been invited to a meeting yet. So I have no idea when those talks take place. I don't know what services they could provide, but if they could provide a teacher on Tuesday for free and we have $3,300 to do other things with, I think that's the fiscally responsible thing to do. So I will vote yay to table this, but I will say definitely on the September agenda.
Okay.
Well, no, the motion was to a date uncertain. So, and we can do it on September if there's enough information to bring it back, or if you want to bring it back just as a discussion point, again, we could put it on the September.
Yes, it
agenda.
definitely needs to be on. This is one of our most successful events. It needs to be on the September agenda.
And it could be re-put on any agenda like any other item.
Correct.
So even though the
Well,
date is undetermined.
Let's stay on the, is it a vote yes or no?
What is, yes or no?
It
What?
would be a yes. You voted yes, correct?
Yes, so motion carries
Yes.
with 3-2. It carries.
So then we
Continue it
re-agendize.
to a date uncertain, but if you'd like to have it on the September agenda for discussion.
Yes.
Because we have time to go to the official motion to gather your consensus. We can do that. Everyone can do their individual
Yes,
research
I can
on
have weekend teachers lined up by then.
Saturday and stuff like that and have it in a row, so. We'll put it on the agenda for discussion in
Yes.
September without any vote, just a discussion
Okay?
on that, and then we bring it back. There's no, we were just trying to be efficient and save time, but you have a lot of time on this.
Yes, you did exactly what you were asked.
And you might have more information once DRD starts rolling out.
Okay. Now we move on to number 5, staff comments. Are there any staff comments? Okay.
Regarding staff liaison, I want to recognize and just say thank you, Commissioner Martinez. This is your last meeting. You have been, from a staff liaison team, you've been a pleasure to work with, and we thank you very much.
I thank you.
And we'll miss you.
For your support.
And I don't have anything else. Christina, do you have anything?
Just a reminder, our September meeting is September 2nd, so I'll be looking for agenda items 3 weeks prior. I'll send you all a reminder when those agenda items are due.
Oh, I retake my I don't have anything. You did get invitations to the State of the City?
Yes.
So we're all good on that. And then I'm reminding everyone, on the 22nd, we have the opening of the park at 9 o'clock. You also have your spay and neuter table that's going to take reservations there.
Yes.
Okay? Okay. Thank you.
Oh, I lost what I was going to ask. Never mind. Okay, commissioner reports. Actually, I remembered. Will we have a new commission member sworn in by September?
Hopefully yes. Right now, the city clerk is soliciting for the vacancy, and the city council will probably appoint that person either in the only June meeting, which is the last June meeting, and/or the July or August meeting. It'll be up to the city council to determine when they do that.
Thank you for the timeline. Okay, now commissioner reports. Commissioner Martinez, your last report?
Not much to report, but I do want to thank the staff, thank the fellow commissioners. I am stepping down due to health reasons and possible surgeries coming down, so it's not something I'm stepping down for personal health reasons. But it's been an honor to serve, and actually it's been exciting to see the park come to fruition and also to become part of DRD. Because I remember when I was appointed, we were going to try to first pass the ballot issue that failed, but we got it through again. So it's been exciting, and thank you for everything.
Okay, Commissioner Pacheco?
I went to the Meatball Festival. That was a great hit. They raised a lot of money for the kids. Did the Earth Day event at Century Park. Attended the last 3 Taste and Sounds, which was pretty awesome. Attended the LGBT police and residents meeting that was here in the chambers, which was pretty interesting. We had a successful spay and neuter program clinic at the library a couple weeks ago. 25 out of 30 dogs got spayed and neutered, which is great. We did. The last one was 21, so we're getting there. The next one will be on May 21st, and that will be at the Animal Campus, and we'll get flyers out to the residents probably next week.
Thank you for being everywhere. I just want to give my heartfelt thanks to Commissioner Jimenez for all that you've done. Sorry, I can't even talk today. Martinez. Sorry, guys. Cold medicine. Richard, you've just been such a pleasure to work with, and you're just so earnest and kind and thoughtful, and it's been a pleasure to serve with you, and you will be missed. So thank you for that. And I'm sure someone else will be lucky enough to sit on those 4.5-hour Trail Commission meetings still. Yes. wonderful job. Antonio failed to mention that he was on the committee for the Meatball Festival. It was absolutely outstanding. I believe they raised close to $80,000 at the Boys and Girls Club this year, record setting. That was a absolutely wonderful event. I was lucky enough to attend the Earth Day ceremony for both ours, but also with Springfest, but the city of Rancho Mirage, and get some amazing ideas. They had 15 different community partners and activities with the Children's Discovery Museum and Sunnylands and a bunch of other organizations, so it got some really good ideas for how we can add those to Butterfly Fest next year. Some other things that we do for kids, and seeing that we don't need to reinvent the wheel, we just need to invite the right people. So that was awesome. Can't wait to see everybody at the Cathedral City State of the City. Read With Me thanks you. They were chosen as the nonprofit of the year, and we're excited to have given out over 16,000 books to Cathedral City kids alone. So very, 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 very special for that. And for another chamber, I was nominated as Citizen of the Year. So if anybody is interested in voting for that, and I'll be annoying and send you the link if you want it. I'm looking forward to hearing from staff on when the DRD subcommittee meeting is going to meet. I'm our liaison for this commission, so I would love to know when that date is and get that on the calendar, because I know they're taking over soon. So I will look for that, and that's it. Okay, Commissioner Herrera?
Yeah, so this year I was able to attend the Earth Day event. I think this was maybe my third or fourth year attending that one. Third or fourth year attending the Earth Day event, maybe?
Springfest?
Yeah.
4 years?
Yeah, it's been a while. But it was a lot of fun. You know, of course, we get to do the big bike giveaway at the end, and you know, the crowd's not always as large as they do for the Butterfly Fest, so your chances of winning a bike are pretty high. Yeah, and so me and Commissioner Highland were able to choose the winners for that event. So it was a lot of fun, and it was good to see the kids out and happy. And you know, I think one of the kids was bragging that this was like his third bike he won. So yeah.
Maybe he wrote legibly. That was the only reason he got picked, because we couldn't read the handwriting.
So yeah, that's what I've been up to. It was a lot of fun, and I was glad to be a part of it again.
Okay, Commissioner.
I don't have nothing to report this time. Thank you.
Looking forward to seeing all the commissioners at the grand opening of the park and the state of the city. Cannot wait to welcome Esperanza Park in, and job well done as we take recess for the summer. Thank you so much.
I've got cupcakes for